I was in multiple relationships, hindi at the same time. A relationship and then another relationship, another girlfriend. A relationship hopping. I had multiple girlfriends and all of them cheated on me. Like, I'm proving something to myself. So, yun yung ginagawa ko. So, sabi ko sarili ko, 1 year has 52 or 54 weeks. So, dapat in 1 year, I get 54 girls. It was so depressing to me that parang I reached a dark point. May darker pa pala dito. And I learned it the very hard way that you're not supposed to give lang sa relationship.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Press Play Podcast. Pero today, it's a special episode because meron tayong guest for the first time ever. And we are joined with none other than Coach Neil Recinto, or Neil for short.
Gusto ko naman usabon nilang
Pwede
nimo.
na po. Saan mong gusto?
Ikaw bahala.
Okay. And we are here with, as a guest, si Neil Recinto. Let's go!
Yay.
Thank you guys so much for inviting me here. Thank you for bringing me here. And I just knew, ngayon ko lang nalaman, I'm your first guest speaker for this podcast. And it's very interesting. A lot of podcasts. Ako din yung first nila. So, happy to divergenize your podcast as a guest.
alam na natin sa
Ayun,
trajectory ng project.
usapan later.
I know, right? Sige, go yan.
So, para sa mga taong hindi nakakilala sa iyo, Neil, can you give some a quick background lang kung sino ka?
Yeah, so my name is Neil Recinto. I'm born and raised here in Davao City. I'm 26 years old, and background ko lang, or basically what I do for a living, I'm a financial coach, also a trader, and my second, kumbaga, my hobby or another source of income, I'm also a DJ and producer, and at the same time, a content creator. So all of the things I do, I actually put it out there online. So that's how I was, I think, known somehow in the digital space.
Alright. Very nice introduction, bro, Neil. As you can see, si Neil is jack of all trades, just like me, no? I do singing, songwriting, mga ganyan, mga content creation. I'm also a financial coach. I'm all over the place din, no? And how about you, bro?
Introduce pa ako? Hello, simpleng tao, Dred de Jesus pala.
Pero, jack of all trades ka rin, di ba?
Yes. Used to be jack of all trades, pero actually nakakapagod na rin at some point. But you know, you try to specialize and then you just do whatever you feel like you're good at.
You're good at, yes.
Then doon ka na lang
Doon ka na lang
mag-multiply.
mag-focus.
Correct. You know. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a jack of all trades. Best thing pag ginawa niyo yun because you're able to explore, find out what you actually want to do. Diba? So,
Tama.
you know.
Alright, so balik tayo sa guest natin.
Yeah.
So, tapos sa first question. Now, the second question is going back to Neil's childhood. So, Neil, what was your most memorable childhood memory?
I mean, as a child, I'm raised by a single mom, and at the same time, I was raised by a single mom, pero buo yung family ng mother side ko. So, I really felt the love, and to be honest, I could consider myself spoiled ako na bata, even though I wasn't brought up as a rich kid, kumbaga, or I grew up in a normal or typical Filipino household. No, hindi naman mahirap, but you know, we're doing what we can to survive. I was raised in that family. Andiyan yung mom ko, my grandparents, and a lot of titas and titos. So, growing up, ako yung ako yung nauna sa family. So, sa lahat ng magpinsan, I was the kuya, kumbaga. So, growing up yun, I was spoiled. And bringing into that story, the way I was spoiled with love was, there was also a lot of tough love involved. Growing up, sabi mo na, this life is hard. Hindi ako love ng family ko. Hindi ako na-appreciate ng parents ko. Parang pinapahirapan lang ako. I'm being traumatized in life. But as I grew up, looking back at it, I get to realize that the tough love na binigay ng grandparents ko, especially my mom, was actually beneficial to who I became as a person today. I would consider myself as someone who is disciplined and strong-willed individual because of that. So, a lot of things I do in life a lot of the foundation, kasi yung knowledge, skills, and experience, you just get it, but the essence of who you are, it stems a lot from you being a child. And happy ako because I was loved and loved very tough by my family.
Yun. Very nice, no? Imagine, walang father figure, no? Sa ano niya, based sa sinabi niya,
That's true.
it's hard. So, follow-up question lang, no? How does it feel like to not have a father figure in your growing years?
I think for me, it's just a matter of perspective. Kasi my grandfather was there, yung lolo ko. And up until this day, I could consider him as my father. And a lot of, madaming lalaki sa family namin, mga tito ko, growing up, kumbaga, madami ako nakikitang masculine role models and then tough men doing the right things for their family and for their loved ones in career, in business, and life. So, yun nga, nakita ko na I have all of the role models I need as a man. So, hindi ko na hinahanap yung, what do you call this, that biological father na love or biological father na guidance. Because, again, I was spoiled with that, environment, that love, that affection, that discipline. That was given to me. And, as dagdag ko na lang din, my father, when he passed away last year,
This is the biological.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a lot of kasi madami siyang anak sa labas, but last year I made peace with him. Part of also my personal mastery and my personal development, I actually reach out to him. Hindi ko siya ma-reach out personally, but there are people who can have direct access to him. So kinakausap ko yung mga tao na yun. Sabi ko, I'm ready to meet my father. I'm ready to talk to my dad and tell him that I forgive this person kahit wala siya sa life ko, and I'm ready to accept him as a father no matter if he would enter my life or everything stays the same. So I'm happy that before siya namatay, nalaman niyo na information. We didn't get to talk to each other, but during sa burol niya when he died, I was actually there. And the family, everyone sa father's side ko was telling me good things about him and that he was actually proud of me before siya nawala. So that's something na being able to realize na I was raised the right way, na madaming masculine role models, and then to be able to make peace with my late father. So it's a roller coaster, but I feel grateful about that.
Yun, napaka-challenging yun, pero at least na-compensate mo sa taong surrounding yung mga support system. Importante yun, right? When we're growing up, yung support na nakukuha natin from our relatives, from our titos, ganyan. And then, aside from that is, the most important thing is you learned how to forgive and move on.
Kasi not everyone is in that position to be able to forgive that easily. So with that in mind though, I'm very curious. So meron bang point in your life or let's just say parang pivotal moment na nag-change yung mindset mo towards you becoming the person that you are right now? Because it's not easy for anybody to forgive parang ganon na scenario, right? Not everyone is like you. So what would be parang that specific scenario, or maybe multiple scenarios, because it's not just one defining for most people, diba? It's like a multitude. It's an amalgamation kumbaga ng mga experiences mo. So what would those experience would be?
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of things in the process of becoming that person, being able to forgive. But siguro sa akin, an experience or a specific event that occurred to me is I actually joined this personal mastery or seminar. The name of the seminar is actually Discovery. So, hindi masyado the way it was presented to me. Sabi ko, sige, sali lang ako because the people I know, my friends, are joining there. Sige, sabi ko, sali ako, I'll pay for that seminar. And during that seminar, I've learned that feel ko kasi wala na akong baggages na kinakarga, wala akong hate with a lot of people, wala din akong basta wala akong drama sa life. I see myself that way. But during that seminar, dun ko nakita na meron pa palang baggages because of my childhood na hindi ko lang nakikita. Hindi siya nagsisurface because it's hidden there since you were maybe 1 to 7 years old or during your teenage years. Yung parang nabaon na siya, nakalimutan lang. But it's still there at the back of your head or in this case at the back of your heart. So during that seminar, I was able to explore more about my, since we discussed before yung childhood ko, and kung ano yung mga nangyari doon that shaped me. And if personal mastery or personal discovery, it boils down to actually self-love on how you're able to love yourself. But yun nga, diba, you cannot love yourself or you cannot love others if you cannot love yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And I'm not sure if I can go spiritual here, but I'm a Christian and I believe in God. And the highest form of love is actually forgiveness. Kasi it's not about taking something or taking love, it's actually giving something. Kaya siya tinawag na forgiveness. Forgive para ibigay. So, it's an act of love na no matter what, kung parang sinaksak ka man or binaril ka man, for you to be able to forgive that person or for you to forgive yourself kung ano man yung nagawa mo sa sarili mo, I think that's the highest form of love. And once na na-let go mo na yung mga baggages mo, you've forgiven even your mom, yung papa mo, even the closest friends na feel mo na betray ka, even yung sumakay ka ng taxi na late ka or nag-grab ka, di ba? May at some point naiinis ka sa driver na late ako, kasalanan mo. But at those micro moments or small moments in life that you get to express na that type of clearing na napatawad, sige, I'll forgive you, I understand you, maybe may pinagdadaanan ka, maybe mainit ulo mo, maybe ako rin. So at that point you were able to forgive and you were also able to forgive yourself. You know, after that magaan yung feeling mo and life becomes easy. You make money, you work, you go to the gym, matulog ka, you eat food, all of the simple things and simple pleasures in life. It's much more easy and magaan sa pakiramdam. It's something na I would love for everyone to experience na madaming binibitbit.
So, ayan na. Promote tayo. Discovery. Next month pa yun, bro?
Discovery is happening in, I think, every month in Manila. Cebu this April, Dubai also, and then May 4 to 5 here in Davao. So,
And who's the one doing the discovery or hosting the discovery?
I'll be the chief of the discovery, pero hindi ako yung facilitator, yung magtuturo. It's Coach Max and Coach Migs Flores. I think a lot of people know them in social media. They are life coaches and facilitators in human learning, and they're the best in the Philippines at doing that. So that was my experience with them, and I really love to promote it. Kahit hindi ko na sinasadya i-promote, I suddenly promoted it because it was the parang, as you said, pivotal moment in my life.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good.
Nice, nice. So, bro, another question would be, what do you consider the lowest points of your life?
Lowest point. This is very interesting to me because hindi siya, if iisipan ng iba, yung parang you lost a loved one or maybe na bankrupt negosyo mo or, you know, very physical things. But sa akin naman, medyo dramatic siya in a sense na ako yung nagbigay ng drama sa story. I think the lowest point in my life was maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I was in multiple relationships, hindi at the same time. Pero a relationship and then another relationship, another girlfriend, another girlfriend.
Relationship
Yeah.
hopping.
A relationship hopping. I had multiple girlfriends and all of them cheated on me. So that was very heavy. And if isipin mo as bilang isang lalaki, napakabigat. Your pride mo sira, yung ego mo sira, yung pagkalalaki mo sira. So imagine being cheated multiple times. So
That's an interesting
during the
one.
experience, I would always blame other women na, you know, she's a bitch. Yung parang kasalanan niya, manloloko siya. Ay, malandi talaga yung babae na yan. But on the fifth, I think the fifth or the sixth girlfriend I had, na nag-cheat siya, ito yung parang aha moment ko or yung parang light bulb moment na wait, why is this feeling familiar? And because it's familiar, I don't want it to be familiar. So doon ko na-realize na it's not the women. Ako actually yung may problem. And it's hard as a young man to accept that in yourself and not to blame other people but to actually blame yourself na, hey, there's something wrong in you. Ikaw yung may kasalanan why a lot of these relationships are not working and you're getting heartbreak another heartbreak, and it's a continuous loop or cycle na nangyari. So I think that was the lowest moment in my life.
Interesting.
Alright.
I'm very
Interesting.
curious.
Grabe, no?
I'm actually gonna ask something, okay? So, multiple relationships, let's just say, for simplest terms lang, relationship hopping, right?
Yes.
So, let's just say na they cheated on you almost parang continuously, parang ganun, right? So, do you think na that was the reason, parang, kumbaga, iniisip ko kasi like, there might have been some sort of commitment issues to some degree, and that was one of the, I would say, cause, or parang, let's just say, parang relation lang, correlation lang, hindi naman siya causation talaga, na those, yung partners mo would actually cheat on you because you had a history of failed commitments.
That's interesting actually.
Yeah.
Sa akin naman,
How would you actually view it? Yung parang
I
ganun.
view it this way kasi that did not make sense to me. Kasi if there's a girl in front of me, girlfriend in front of me, I'll spend my money spoiling this person, like literally give everything to the point na it's almost close to the word praise or worship sa tao na to. And that's something wrong that, you know, I late ko siya nalaman, and I learned it the very hard way that you're not supposed to give lang sa relationship. You need to be also, you know, you need to also learn how to receive as well. Kasi in the perspective of women, if ikaw lalaki, bigay ka ng bigay, you become boring to her. And of course, you would look for someone else who's challenging and there's fun and there's thrill. And women or men, human in general, we don't want to be bored. Gusto natin may something new, may something
There's constant stimulus, parang
exciting. Yes,
ganon,
they're
right?
stimulated ka always. So that's something I failed to do before in my previous relationships. Kaya I think that's how I would picture it, or you know, in my perspective, ganun ko siya nakikita.
Ngayon, follow-up question. Ayan. Siyempre, related doon pa rin sa question, no? So, as a person who have been cheated on, no? How were you able to get out of that situation, no? Kasi multiple relationship hopping nga siya. Paano ka nakalabas? Anong ginawa mo? Ano yung mga action steps mo para naging ano ka na ngayon? Ikaw na yung Neil Recinto na nakilala namin ngayon.
Yeah, so the man who I became today, meron din namang, that was a low moment, meron akong parang pataas na moment. Akala ko pataas yun, but it was actually going deeper and going down the rabbit hole. So, what do I mean by that? I became single, and I allowed myself to be single for a very long time. And since I'm a DJ, I'm in the nightlife industry, every week or almost every night I get to play out there. And you know, when there's alcohol and there's women, it's easy for you to get mixed up in it. It's easy for you as a man to get tempted na, uy, can I try one night stands? Can I try not being in a committed relationship? Let's just have fun and, you know, please ourselves physically. So, yun yung parang escape ko that time out of that heartache, diba? A lot of people, they do drugs, alcohol, but to some men, it's women because it's accessible to them. And me as a DJ that time, it was very accessible. And the way I was, parang may learning ako dun eh. Kasi I bought a lot of books about seduction. Parang, what's wrong in me? What am I doing wrong? Parang, how could I change this? So, as you can see right now, as you're listening to me, I speak so clear, concise, precise. Dati grabe ako mag-stutter, like tapos yung every time I speak, yung laway ko tumatalsik and I'm not committed to my words, like I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but communication wise, I do not communicate properly. And yun, when I read these books about seduction and the intersexual gender dynamics of men and women, yung parang I took advantage of that in a manipulative way for I think 2 to 3 years. Sinabi ko, this is the first time I'm gonna say it publicly. I think that was 2017 or 18. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, every time I DJ, dapat every night may mauwi akong babae. I would always say that. That was so dark of me that to the point that I'm in my phone, my picture ako with the girl, and I have a name. I'm listing. Gumagawa na akong listahan.
Nagawa mong collection.
Yes, but that time I never ko siya pinakita sa ibang, uy bro, never akong parang
It's more of personal.
personal, like I'm proving something to myself. So yun yung ginagawa ko. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, 1 year has 52 or 54 weeks. So dapat in 1 year I get 54 girls. So what happened that year was July pa lang tapos ako sa 54, and that was you think as a man it's so exciting that you're talking to these women every week. Alam mo na anong sasabihin mo, alam mo na anong response nila. It was so depressing to me that parang I reached a dark point. May darker pa pala dito.
Yeah.
So I actually went to a doctor. The term is psychiatrist or psychologist. I'm not sure, pero meron siyang clinic. So actually went there, and then during the conversation, sabi niya, I'm about to diagnose, or hindi kita i-diagnose ngayon, but you probably have GAD. Oh, sabi ko, what's GAD or GAD? Sabi niya, general anxiety disorder. Sabi ko, no. Parang I refuse to believe the diagnosis of the doctor. So, you know, as men, anything but therapy or anything but any mental health. Ayaw natin yan. We want an escape, another route that's more exciting. So, after no na parang another darker moment in my life, that's when and where I turn more into personal development, the right way of upgrading yourself. So, that was the interesting plot twist there.
Mhm.
Grabe,
Interesting.
Neil, Dark Ages era. First time in public, guys. Swerte ng Press Play Podcast,
I
no?
know, right? Pero that's a very good lesson din for a lot of us, especially for guys, for men talaga, you know. It's because most Filipinos talaga never grew up with like father figures, and then they don't have any role models to mold their lives talaga, right? And that can be very detrimental to society because the cycle will just continue and continue. And that's a good thing because at the end of the day rin pa rin naman is that it's all down to personal choice, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not you're going to do the same thing that the past, you know, generations have done is up to you. Pero hopefully naman you're gonna go through the better choices, right?
Yeah, correct.
Tama.
So yun, that's good.
So,
man.
nasabi mo bro, you leaned on to personal mastery. Ano ba yung discovery?
I took my discovery to during the pandemic. So I think I had parang 3 or 4 years on my own. Parang self-learning lang. Kasi that time hindi ko alam may coaches pala sa Philippines, may life coaching pala, may personal development, may human facilitated learning. A lot of people don't know these things. Dati, hindi ko rin yan alam. So parang YouTube lang, reading books, and you know, journeying yourself through the internet. And of course, a big help to me was yung mga podcast na maririnig mo sa Spotify. During college, I listened to podcast kahit nasa klase.
Yeah.
So, a lot of, parang everyday there's a moment that I can choose to do personal development. Kasi everyday is an upgrade or an opportunity for you to upgrade yourself in any way you can.
1% better every day, man.
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits.
Ganda yan ang book.
Alright.
Malcolm
Wala.
Gladwell. I forgot his name. But yeah, go.
Secret lang natin yun, hindi ko alam kung sino yung author.
Nuh-uh. I'm gonna add, there's
yun.
just so many learnings from that one story alone.
Grabe, no?
Okay, like aside from, let's just say like yung family mo na story, but also like I'm more so attached doon sa story niya about the body counts that he was trying to achieve.
Yan.
Kasi like when he said like July pa lang daw, it was already
Quota na siya, bro.
And then I was like, that's definitely possible, especially once you keep on improving yourself. But the effects on yourself is so bad na di mo nakikita. It's almost the same thing with like how men are so addicted to porn because it's so accessible.
Yeah.
Kumbaga like kung sa lalaki pa yung the most addictive thing is the porn, and then I think for women that was the attention. So I don't know how real that is, but that's what I've learned as well. So if something is very accessible to you, and then it's something na parang naghihit ng dopamine rush sa'yo, like it's so easy, madali ka talagang ma-addict. And then if by then July pa lang nakakota ka na, bro, like that's like so much dopamine hits already for you, right? And like you said, sabi mo na like doon pa lang you went even under pa talaga deeper and deeper into that hole. So like for that yung hole na yun ba, like how was that feeling pag nandun ka?
For me, it was, if I can create a picture, it's like a cave, a well, it's very deep, and you're drowning and you're alone at the same
Mhm.
time. Like, that's the mental picture I have. And no one can understand you and no one can see you. So, ikaw lang din yung dapat,
You bring yourself
you bring
up.
yourself up. That's the only way. So,
Kasi like even if you were like, let's just say, drowning in women, ganun pa rin, mag-isa ka pa rin.
yeah, it feels very lonely. And to some, there was this one time na I met this guy sa gig ko. Sabi niya na parang, palagi ka ba dito? Sabi ko, no. Depende kung nakabook ako dito. Sabi niya, DJ ka dito? Sabi ko, yes, DJ ako. So sabi niya na, nilalapitan ka ba ng babae every night mag-play ka? Sabi ko, hindi naman every night, but parang there are times it happens and parang nasanay na ako sa feeling. And sabi niya na, if ako ilagay sa position mo, I would always take advantage of it. Feel ko may mauuwi ako every night. And yun a moment, yung, this actually happened this year, recently lang. Dun ko na moment na realize na, yun nga na, if men were put into my situation, they would abuse it. And because of that abuse, they will learn the hard way that that's not the path to happiness or
Mhm.
self-fulfillment
Mhm.
as a man. Getting more women, like getting addicted to pleasure, no, for some men who has access to women and who has access to sex, it's gonna be addictive. And alam mo, if you have that, diba, with great power comes great responsibility, Spider-Man. And to some men who doesn't have that power, where do they go? Pornography, because it's an easy access for sex, it's unlimited, and it's instant. So it's the same thing whether you have the access in the real stuff or in the fake ones or yung virtual lang. You know, it's still the same addiction na men, us, we still need to conquer. So I think that's, you know, something to keep in mind. Right now I'm still digging deep into that.
Oh yeah. It's
Correct.
constant, kumbaga yung
Constant
learning mo.
battle.
It's a constant battle, and then you're always evolving rin naman, di ba?
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. Pero I would say last na lang, siguro like more so like what would be your advice to people who are dealing with parang the same struggles that you've experienced before or maybe are experiencing right now?
I think advice I would say is, madami kasing content, madaming books, madaming videos, madaming mentors that is easily accessible for a lot of people, a lot of men. Or I would not advise in do this, have this, or become like this. I would say take away a lot of things. And what are those things that you need to take away from you? I think I would offend a lot of men, and I'm okay with that. And I think I would offend some people in this room. Hindi ako sure. So, how would I say this is to actually achieve something in life, and most men, they achieve fake things. Like, for example, the very common way for man to achieve something is to play video games and achieve something in that video game, and it becomes addictive that you became someone else, you live another life in that video game, and that's something that is a trap for achievement. And as again, it's still dopamine. Number 2 is to, if you stop playing video games, you need to stop doing pornography. Again, it's Pornhub or whatever website you go into. It's poison and it will actually kill you. You think that you're making your brain more powerful, but sooner or later you would realize that you have no drive for life and wala ka ng gana to do anything for yourself. And the pride of men is always to achieve something, like taking pride for themselves. And again, video games, pornography, these prevents you from achieving something. And at the same time, this is weird because I would advise not to chat women or not to like photos or not even do heart reaction. Sabi mo kanina, the attention is like sex to them. It's very powerful because you're just fueling something, and then you're fueling these women. And I guess I'm not saying let's not give them attention. Like, women deserve to be loved and respected. But if you just give that attention to everyone, parang that's a disrespect to yourself, that you are spending time for them but you're not spending time for yourself. So it's all about deprogramming yourself, removing a lot of structures, a lot of systems, a lot of belief system na kinalakihan mo that it's not really serving you well right now. And pag natanggal mo na yung basura, of course, that's when you start to build yourself. Like, you learn something new, upgrade something new, experience something new, or, you know, kuha ka ng mentor, read a book, again, watch maybe a video or listen to a podcast. It's easier to demolish a house than to renovate it. So, tanggalin mo lahat ng hindi nagsiserve sa'yo properly and build something new out of yourself. So, I think that's the best and beginner's advice I could give.
Amen. That was good. I like that.
So guys, wag na kayo maglaro ng video game.
Ah,
Kayo mag-watch ng
No,
porn.
that's when he said na sabi niya baka raw may offend. I was like, because
Let's-
I'm such an avid
We're
gamer.
ready.
Yeah.
We're ready to get canceled.
Hindi, actually, I love playing video games.
Oh, yeah,
Lahat ng Grand Theft Auto natapos ko na, third person, open world. That's my favorite. But then, I'm not discouraging everyone to play video games kasi you can make something out of yourself. You can be a streamer, you can be a content creator, you can be an esports athlete in gaming. But if none of those three, then what are you trying to achieve? Unless you're earning something from the game itself. So other than that, it's completely useless and it's a waste of time.
Or,
Again, sorry for those people I offended.
or you can also think of it this way, diba? You can also think of it this way. Like, natutunan ko rin to siya, like, I think 5 years back. Like, if you are a very, like, big fan of video games, right? You can use the concept of video games in your own life. There's XP, there's buying items, there's gold, right? Farm those gold. Farm ka ng XP to keep on leveling up. You do that every day,
Yeah, and you will be good.
you will be good.
Farm the
Mag-evolve ka
cash.
na. Farm the cash, farm the experience, you know, I don't know, whatever. Mag-upgrade ka, mag-evolve ka, whatever. Basta gamitin mo lang yung concept, huwag ka lang ma-addict sa laro itself.
Correct.
So,
Diba?
Tsaka wag na din kayo mag-like ng mga
Oh,
girls.
shit.
Guys, ha?
Bro!
Bad yan.
Yung nagtuturoan sila dun sa
Ah?
likod.
I mean, it's okay if kilala mo yung tao, you personally know, but if it's a complete stranger,
Then-
di mo kilala.
Oh, yeah,
Short,
that's true.
don't be a simp, guys.
Don't be a simp.
Don't be a
Don't
simp. Know your worth.
Yo.
Top G! Let's go,
Ayaw,
Top G!
Hindi daw bottom G, top G daw
Top
eh.
G!
Alright, well, that was a very good conversation.
Yeah,
man.
that was a
Thank you
good
so much.
conversation. Thank you so much, Neil, for coming to our podcast episode. And, you know, for sa mga viewers dyan, hopefully hindi nyo kami i-cancel. Kasi kung i-cancel nyo kami, sisikat kami. Let's go!
Thank you guys for having me. It's such an honor to be here. Akala ko I'm gonna talk about finance, workout, lifestyle, and so whatever thing I do for a living. But this was a very interesting talk about my personal life story, childhood, family, and personal views on personal development. And again, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Salamat.
So thank you again, guys, for watching this entire episode. And lahat ng socials ni Neil as well, we're just gonna link it down in the description so that you can check him out as well. And ito tayo si co-host natin dito, si
Ian.
and then I'm Dread, and thank you so much again for watching another episode of Press Play Podcast.
And wait, I'd like to add something before we stop this video. Pahabol lang ako. If you guys learned a lot of lessons in their podcast, not just specifically in this video with me, but their previous episodes and in the next upcoming episodes, if madami kayong natutunan sa podcast nila and in their conversations, make sure to leave a comment kung ano yung natutunan nyo. It's such a big support to their podcast and growing their platform and at the same time growing their followers. So if you have received so much value from us, from them, make sure to also be ready to give that support and value back to them also by commenting whatever you learn. So sorry, patuloy.
No, you're good, bro. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
So good thing mas
Mas
fluent
magaling.
to, mas magaling. So
Magaling.
there you go. Parang ano lang kami, vassals lang kami dito. But ito talaga yung highlight namin. At
Yes,
least we are able
tama.
to show you different lessons and from different perspectives and different people. And yun lang, guys. Like I said, thank you again so much.
Video.
We will see you again on the next episode of Press Play Podcast.